Hello my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anybody new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. For those of you wondering why I've been MIA for a little while, I had an injury, and if you check out the community posts, I will always put on there if I'm unable to post any videos for whatever reason or what's going on. That's kind of like where I give you the lowdown is on the community tab. So check that out and you'll find all that information there. Yeah, so this is me back in action, back to your regularly scheduled programming. And we're going to get into it. Today, the ancestors have an important message for you, and we're going to find out what that is. I'm going to be using The Secret of the Ancestors Oracle cards by, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this right, but Aviola Abrams. We're going to find out what's coming through. So, ancestors, what is the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? Oh, okay, right off the bat, thank you. On the bottom, we've got the Deviant, which is like the House of God, or what you might know as the Tower with the 16 here, and chaos and destruction. There's something that's been falling apart. Some sort of system or structure in your life that has been falling apart, and your ancestors have been trying to help you with this. Help you to break down this construct that has been time and time again leading you down the wrong path or leading you astray from your path. And so they're helping to break this down, but it is not fun going through this. It is not something that you're like leaping for joy over. It's been really rough. And there's been a lot of things that have come up, a lot of emotions and a lot of beliefs that have been put to trial, and going through this experience of feeling like everything and anything is just gonna tear you down or blow you away. And your ancestors' message is that this is a part of what needs to happen for your journey, okay? So let's see what else they would like to say today. So ancestors, what is the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? What would you like to share with them? What is the important message that you have for my fellow humans? Okay, so we've got the second house. We've got Leo and the moon energy. Interesting. So this having to do with your self-worth. It could have to do with your finances. So like things with your finances could be falling apart. They could be getting stretched thin. They could be changing and shifting. And this is something that you had found relief in before. Like everything, it seemed very stable. It seemed like nothing was going to change. And there was a lot of emotions that were tied to this with the moon here. We see even with the Leo energy, Leo in its shadow is drama, right? And so it's like they very much want to be the center of attention. They want to take, charge. They want all eyes on them. They want that fame and that popularity. And so this could have been something where you were in this energy of, I feel good because I have this identity attached to maybe the money you were making, or the way you were able to spend your money, or the way that you were able to just, enjoy things around beauty and luxury and these different things in life, that it feels like there was an identity that was attached to that. And this is an identity that comes from your ancestral line, where it's like everybody in your family believed that money made you successful, or money was who you were, and whatever you had in your bank account was what your worth was. And this is something that's falling apart, and it's being brought, look, underneath that we have the creature of fire, which is, I believe, the Page of Wands with choose freedom, right? Page of Wands energy here with choose freedom, but the creature of fire and the deviant coming out together in your reading is this energy where it's like going through the fire to be made anew. But everything has to fall down for you to arise from the ashes. And that's exactly what's going on here. And there might be a lot of feelings of doubt and feelings of like, I don't deserve what I'm asking for. I don't deserve the lifestyle that I'm asking for. And all that has to come to a head in order for it to be brought out and let go. I feel very parched all of a sudden. So there's also a codependency issue that's being brought up here as well, with something that's very materialistic by nature, okay? And that could be what is falling apart for you as well. None of this is fun, right? None of this is fun. It's not like, oh, yay, things were going good and now they're not, right? And they want you to know that they are acknowledging that, but they're also walking with you, and that things are going to be a lot more positive and more aligned after going through this, okay? All right, ancestors, what else would you like to tell them? Integration, exactly. This is temperance energy. This is a blending of opposites. You are now in this space where it's, as things are falling apart, you're taking what you learned from the good lessons and what you learned from the bad lessons, and you're going to be able to blend those together and find a sense of balance. Find a sense of security in that balance, because there's a huge imbalance that's being brought through, right? And that's what they're saying here. So things are shifting for you, and this is interesting. So we have 24 and 16. So if we were to break these down, it'd be 6 and 7, making progress. And I cannot make this up. Underneath that, we have the Peacemaker, which is 14. So we have 5, 6, and 7 if we break them down, right? And the Peacekeeper is also temperance energy with persistent patience. Okay, so this is all about having patience to go through the difficult moments in life, to find your equilibrium, to find that balance. Okay, so everything is burning away, but you're finding a way to integrate it in a cool, calm, collected way. I feel like I was just going to go right to Oracle. Interesting. Look, oh my goodness, I cannot make this up. We've got the Thunderbolt, which is also the House of God, or what you might know as the Tower, coming out already in your reading. Thunderbolt. Look at these images. Look at them. Look at these images, right? The lightning all around. People falling from the sky, right? Here it's rocks are falling. I don't think there's actually people falling in here. You have this great being that's the whole of the tower, and up here you have the great being that's at the top of the tower. It's like recognizing that this is what's going on within us, is this turmoil. Okay? So this has to happen. This is so strong for both of these to come out like this. This is so strong. Let's see what this one is. And patience. And we had that with persistent patience. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Okay. So this is a 7 of coins, and this is all about you nurturing that, but also not being afraid to stand out and be different, not being afraid to do your thing the way that you do it. As things are falling apart, it helps you to reconnect with your truth, with your inner alignment, rather than identifying with what everyone else has told you to identify with. And that's the important message that your ancestors are getting to you. And isn't it interesting, because this looks urgent, right? This image, it looks very urgent. This image looks very urgent to come into a place of serenity. So we want you to know that things are going to be difficult for a time, but it's going to open up into a time of peace as well. We have Martyr on the bottom. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. And then the Shadow is addiction to self-pity. So maybe letting go of victim mindset is something that's coming through here too. Like feeling like everything is against you. Feeling like no one understands you and that everything bad happens to you and you can never get away from it. Look, I cannot make this up. We have identity check with the first house, and I was getting that from the dice. It's something that you're identifying with, and your ancestors are saying, like, we gotta check this. We gotta check this. We gotta nip it in the bud before it takes over and is controlling some other aspect and creating a lot more chaos in your life. Fifth house, let's have some fun. Don't be so quick to throw all of your energy into work or ignoring your emotions or ignoring ways of expressing yourself in creative ways. This is going to help you to come away from this energy and the chaos energy and come back into a state of peace. And that's hard, right? Because we're told so much of the time that we have to work. We got to go. We can't just take a breath, but sometimes you need to take a breath to recalibrate. Gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. Coming back to a state of gratitude. Right. Yeah, I just feel like there's a sense of rushing something, maybe. Growth. You're also in this very important time of growing and expanding, and there's an integration of that growth right now. And that may feel uncomfortable as well. Let's get some of the answer oracle out. What other messages do you have for them, ancestors? What is the important message that you have for my fellow humans? Destiny. We have road, responsibility, and shackles. You're letting yourself free from this cage that you've built around yourself and not realizing that the cage is still open. Sometimes it puts us in this place of where we feel like we don't have an opportunity or a choice because we really believe the cage is locked. But really, we're the ones that have the key, or it never was locked to begin with, but it doesn't feel that way. And because it doesn't feel that way, that feeling is what becomes our reality, right? We got secrets, codes, treasure, bribes, and disguise. Okay, so they're going to be helping you discover a secret about yourself shortly. So we have child magical. Coming back to that inner child is so important at this time. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Letting go of the doubt, right? The shadow is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth, right? Remembering that you have to take that action, but also coming back into this playful place of believing that magic is possible in this life. I'm going to put this over here. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So relying on the people that you trust, helping you to come back to that playful place, right? With Leo too, that's all about connecting with our inner child and having fun again, laughing again. Abundance is coming your way. And so it really does feel like there's a dip or a decline, but it's a decline so that you could heal and let go and release the past and release an identity and step up into what is rightfully yours. We have show, yeah, like spotlight, express, create, and radiate joy and enthusiasm. If there was ever a card that said Leo, this is it. This is the card, right? Leos, they love to be in the spotlight. They love to express themselves creatively and otherwise. They radiate joy. They're very enthusiastic. When they're all in, these are all very positive aspects. And you might be like, well, being in the spotlight isn't. No, it is, because it takes a ton of courage to stand in the spotlight. It's not just for anybody and everybody. There's going to be people who won't be able to do that because they're not brave enough, right? So this is taking courage for you to let go of this identity, and your ancestors' important message is a reminder that when you do that, you're going to be stepping up into your abundance, and you're going to be able to express yourself in a very beautiful way and not be so tied to the identity that was passed on to you from the ancestral lineage. Let's see what this card is. I'm going to read it out of the book. The Mother of Water. Emotional self-care. I love this. All right, so Mother of Water. All right, Mother of Water. Take care of you. You are forgetting yourself. Listen to your inner voice. Trust the intuitive guidance coming your way. Your powers have never steered you wrong. You've only neglected to trust them. All of the soul work you've done so far is paying off. Take better care of your heart. Believe who people show themselves to be. Believe what your third eye shows you. This ancestor rules all things when it comes to our emotions. She also has healer priestess energy, but you don't want this to be wounded healer energy. Be sure to love up on yourself so that your cup is full enough to give to others. The Mother of Water finds us here as Yamaya, Yoruba Orisha of motherly love and the ocean. Originally a river goddess, she crossed the seas with her children to spread divine love, mercy, and compassion. She is a guardian, the source of water and life. For many of your ancestors, one second. Alright, so it says, for many of your ancestors, embodying love was a liability. Being vulnerable left them open to being hurt in perilous situations. When you choose the power of openness and vulnerability, you heal them. You do not need to make choices from fear or lack in the same way they did. Look, it says being a martyr does not serve you or anyone else. We had martyr on the bottom of the deck over there. Oh my gosh, I love this. Overgiving is not an act of love, but an act of control. There is clingy, desperate energy all around you. Okay, it says, I am filled with the power of love. So that's the power of love. Alright, what it said on Back to the Future? Yeah, so anyways, this is really talking about coming back to that place of self-worth, self-love, and taking care of yourself, and reminding yourself that there's always going to be people who want to take, but the important thing is to remember that amidst all those people who want to take something from you, taking care of yourself is the way to sever that connection in a very beautiful, compassionate way. And also, you are so much more than what's in your bank account and what you're capable of buying. You are a soul here having this human experience, and you are multifaceted, and you have so much depth to you, and you're a profound being. And to remember that is, there's even more to it than that. And when you're identifying with one thing, whether that's money, or whether that's what you do, or whether that's the things that you do in your day, or the time that you spend, this, that, and the other, even as a mother, a parent, a father, a grandparent, a family member, whatever, these are all just labels. They're not actually the embodiment of who we are. And so if we were to strip away all those labels, what's left? That's a good question to ask yourself. So this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little coin emoji down below and say, I choose to let go of any identities that I have connected with what I do or what I think I am, and I open up to the truth of the wholeness of the spirit that resides within. And if it resonates, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. With that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angels, source, my spirit guides, as well as a special shout out to your ancestors for coming through on this reading. And until next time, stay human. Bye.